Paranormal Shorts. Tonight where have we come to?
Well, probably one of the most famous haunted places, or supposedly haunted places in East Anglia.
That's right, we've come to your toilet. No, we haven't come to your toilet.
No.
It's not haunted. Just don't believe that. Basically, we've come to Borley.
Indeed, yes. It's, well, over the road, obviously the Borley Rectory was supposedly the most haunted house in England. No, it wasn't. It was over that way.
Are you sure?
100%.
Oh, bit of controversy, even though it started yet, but it was a big place. It stretched all of this way.
But yeah, and supposedly the churchyard is haunted. I've investigated here probably about 15 times over the last 7 years, and I've had maybe a handful of bits that were a bit strange. So it's definitely not as active as people claim it to be, but I do think there is something here on a very low level.
And with that in mind, obviously Paranormal Shorts, we've come here, do one of our brief investigations here. We're going to go into another site, which is linked to this site shortly. But tonight we have a guest joining us. Again, we've managed to pull somebody else out. Come and have a long. Tony.
Hello.
We'll have to walk this way. Tony is joining us tonight. He has been a keen investigator, I could say investigator, couldn't I? Keen investigator of the paranormal for many years. Yeah. And you've got your own beliefs around that as well.
Yeah.
So he's come out tonight as our guest.
Well, people have spoken about the pathway, seeing things on the path.
Sounds like people following them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The backs, and I did see something here once. I saw like big. This was in the middle of the day. Big ball of sort of white light. Yeah. Moved across sort of drifted across the path.
Oh, okay. Is that going from? Where were you? Were you this side or were you?
I was standing more or less here, and it came across the path and ran to the back of one of these bushes.
Right.
And then round the back one time, it sounded like someone stamped their foot, or for a big rock. There's no rock that we can find, but it sounded like someone stamped their foot or something. That was pretty weird.
I was here many years ago, probably going back as far as 97, and was taking a series of photographs and caught something as if a person was standing in the field holding a torch to their face. It was all lit up. Now, pretty quickly I went across the field to have a look. There was nobody there. So literally for a split second I'd caught something on there, which, you know, what that was I don't know, can't explain it.
There's no evidence of like anniversary ghosts or anything like that here?
They're supposed to, is it the 28th of July? 28th of July the nun is supposed to walk? I think it's something like that.
The myth side of it, which is...
Yeah.
They will say outside, that's slightly unusual, isn't it? You tend to find an anniversary ghost inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is there's so many myths that have sprung up around here. It's impossible to tell what ones are based on any facts.
There's a lot of conjecture. There was, I think it was back as 1971, 72. I think the BBC actually came here, and there's a 9-minute recording there of all kinds of weird phenomena taking place.
There's a story of the nun that was here, supposedly bricked up in the rectory, but I don't think they've ever found a monastery around here anywhere.
Ah, but you say that, but the monastery that was around here was actually in Sudbury, just as you're driving to Sudbury.
Yeah, but again, the legend is that she lived on this land here at the monastery that was in Borley. So the legend probably has come from the one at Sudbury.
Yeah, it was definitely at Sudbury.
The story's changed over the years, and it's now supposedly here, which is why she walks around certain places in the village, allegedly. She's sort of retracing her old steps.
Looking for, something that's obviously no longer there, maybe.
The nunnery, no doubt.
Yeah. We could... and that narrows that down.
Yeah.
An amazing starry night. Well, the last time we were here, we had I felt like I was being touched on the ear.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Over in that area over there.
Where, over there?
Over there, towards the wall. I kept feeling something. It was like cobwebs brushing across against my ear, but there was nothing there, and it happened about 4 or 5 times, didn't it? Hello? Is there somebody here? You hearing that? Well, I know you're both in front of me, but I just heard 3 or 4 really clear footsteps. And then when I said, is there somebody here, I just heard another 3 or 4 really clear footsteps.
From what direction?
Well, it would have been over towards the tree line. That was really clear. Is there somebody here?
Do you reckon your camera would have got that?
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping, because it was really, it was like that. That's
It
a ripple.
wasn't an animal. Or anything.
Well, it was only the fact, if it was an animal, there would have been more noises, I would have thought.
Right.
That sounded like, clearly like somebody, you know, that kind of noise.
Yeah.
Can you come and talk to us? We've left our guest to it, we need to be over there. Literally just heard footsteps behind me. There was about 4 clear footsteps, and when I challenged it there was another 4 really clear footsteps. So I'm hoping that was recorded. That's about 2 to 3 minutes before this as a time marker. Tell us about the device you're using. I know it's on your phone. It's an app.
Well, it's marketed as a game, but it's basically it's a mixture of EMF and
Ghostbox. Is it Ghostbox?
yeah,
Yeah.
for want of a better phrase, because it's not. But
Yeah.
it has a limited vocabulary, and it tends to bring out sometimes single words, sometimes you get phrases. But what I tend to do is I turn off the Wi-Fi, the connectivity to things like internet, so there's no outside influence. Disembodied, that's a nice one.
What's disembodied?
Well, good question. I'll just get rid of the history so I don't confuse it with anywhere else. But unusually, that's 2 words within a very short space of time. Normally takes a couple of minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes to get, but now it's died off again.
If that had said disembodied footsteps, I'd have been quite pleased with that, having that I've just heard about 8 footsteps over there. When we were walking up, I stopped.
Yeah.
I heard 4 footsteps that were towards...
The thing is, I don't 100% trust it, because
No.
I'm running an EMF meter alongside it, and they're not picking up the same things.
Okay.
So
Although, to be fair, we know from our experience, he tends to use a K2, don't you, Luke? And I tend to use a Gauss meter, and they are never together. Occasionally they are, so I wouldn't worry too much if they're not doing the same thing,
no,
because they've got slightly different frequencies.
yeah.
That's never bothered me that we don't get them both at the same time, because there are times when one will react and the other one doesn't.
Did you just hear that?
I did hear a noise, yeah. come and make a noise over here for us. Come and join us if you can. If you can manipulate the equipment that we're using, then come and interact with the device that Tony is holding. Come and interact with that device.
Yeah, I didn't actually intend to put this on. I didn't. I was stood.
I've never had anything that I'd say that seemed sort of intense. Oh, I did have one thing actually. It was interesting. I don't use a spirit box anymore because I've done a few tests.
Yeah.
But back when I was using it, we had it on here, and we was doing a live Facebook live feed for our phone.
Okay.
And we had this woman's voice come on twice. Same woman's voice came through twice.
Interesting.
And we then said there was sort of someone on the Facebook live said maybe they're camera shy. So I said, do you want us to stop filming you? With that, the camera turned, her phone completely turned off.
Interesting.
And we never heard the same woman's voice again.
That is intriguing.
So whether it's just
Coincidence or interaction, it's hard to know.
It was weird, but as soon as it shut
There's a
off,
dip there.
after we said, you're not like being filmed.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know.
And then the woman's voice stopped. It was a bit...
You alright?
Did you see something or hear something?
I smell something. Yeah, just come here. What is that?
It's like a dead animal. Oh! Jason, come here quick. That's interesting. Do you remember one of the other legends from here is smelling rotten flesh or something?
Yes.
We'll come here and have a whiff. First time I've ever smelt that here.
Oh. Putrid.
Yeah.
Wow. That's bad. That's heavy, isn't it?
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
That stinks.
Oh, God, it's making my nose want to run.
What's the plant knife? It's not that, is it?
It's not rot. It's
We
a
see it
water around
earlier,
the
won't
edge.
we?
It's like a watery, rotten smell, isn't it?
It's not that.
That is a legend though here, isn't it? Well, I say legend.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
say
without a doubt.
they've had strange smells around here. Because I've always put it down to maybe like burning different types of wood in there,
Yeah.
or manure from the fields. But this is different to that, isn't it?
Well, my first thought would be there's stagnant water, because that's what that smells like.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
It's
disgusting.
That's a dike down there, but it's dry.
Okay.
It is.
A dry dike.
To my right, there's a dike when we first walked
we just
over.
smelt that earlier though.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so
That's since we walked around here. That smell wasn't here.
no. That's so intense that even if the wind was blowing a different direction, I think we'd have still smelt that.
Yeah.
Is there somebody here, or are you trying to get our attention by giving off that horrible smell?
Or is that you trying to get us to leave?
No,
You
we're all
don't want
smelling
us
it.
here, do something.
Yeah.
Prod us. Tell us you don't want us here.
Yeah. Do something audible. Something, come on, something we can hear. Hit something, whack a window. Hit something around us, hit the railings. Come on, give us something to work with.
It's gone, isn't it? Or have I just got used to it?
You said that. Well, that was bad. It's almost like walking into like a meat locker, like where someone's
There's something rotten, isn't it?
someone's left some like a carcass of beef or
Yeah.
something just rotting, and that was really heavy. That's awful.
I think it's definitely gone now. That's bizarre. I'm happy I smelt that.
Alright.
Really?
Well, that's bizarre. I'm happy I smelt that.
Alright.
Really?
Well, like, because obviously that's...
Try
You can drain the batteries on the equipment we're using if you need to.
It's not my phone, okay? It's not the phone alone.
You shouldn't have said that. That'll be the first thing that drains now.
Yeah.
Come on then, that'll be good proof. Show us. Show yourself to us.
Okay.
Put yourself next to the church.
Okay, so I'm running a voice recorder. Okay. So if anything wants to speak to us, there's two microphones on here that you can talk into. One of which is recording my voice at the moment, and the second microphone is at the head of the phone, which is recording no trace. So if you want to speak to us, do that again. Speak to the other microphone. Can you see the double trace on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of them, that's my voice being recorded on this microphone down here, and the other microphone at the top of the phone is showing nothing being talked into it. But there was a. I'll go back in a moment because there was a line. There was a spike. It might have been nothing, but you never know.
It's an interesting gadget.
So if you want to talk to us, there you go, another one. So I'll stop that.
Come on, use it. Build the energy. Give us a slightly longer one if you can do that.
Okay. So if anything wants to speak to us, there's two microphones on here that you can talk into, one of which is recording my voice at the moment, and the second microphone is at the head of the phone, which is recording no trace. If you want to speak to us... Can't hear whatever that is.
I think the other one was louder by the look of it.
Yeah. Do that again. Speak to the other microphone. You see the double trace on that? Yeah. Well, one of them, that's my voice being recorded on this microphone down here, and the other microphone at the top of the phone is showing nothing being talked into it. But there was a. I'll go back in a moment because there was a line. There was a spike. There might have been nothing, but you never know. So if you want to talk to us... Whoa, what's that? That wasn't either of you. There might have been nothing, but you never know. There's a voice there.
Yeah, you can hear that really clearly, can't you?
Right, now this is you coming up, Jace.
Let's do a test. That's me talking now.
There you go, just picked you up.
So what was that other one then? That was really clear,
If you want to
wasn't it?
speak to us, talk into the
Oh,
other
here's one.
microphone, say hello. Tell us your name.
Okay, with not much happening at Liston, we've decided to come back to Borley, where we were having some kind of activity occurring shortly before we left. So myself, Luke and Tony are back. So we've come back. Obviously we had some interesting phenomena happening before we left, so we're hoping that's going to continue. Inexplicable, that's the word. Okay, so we've returned to the site where we were and hope we can continue getting some kind of interaction here.
Can't smell anything now.
No, there's no smell.
No, it's gone, isn't it?
Putrid is what I say that was.
That was definitely a putrid smell.
Let that smell come back.
Did you create that smell? Were you trying to show us that you're here? Were you trying to give us your presence by creating that horrible smell? Can you do that again? Can you bring that smell back? No, something like okay. Kind of silly buggers. Not a lot of one for filming behind myself, but can you put yourself on the camera? Can you show yourself behind me? What do you make of it so far?
Coming back, don't know really. It's quiet.
It's quiet. Other things scared it off.
Yeah.
There's other people. The youths.
Youth.
The youths that come here.
Yeah, no, it's certainly very quiet now.
It's a shame we probably left when it was building, and we'd probably blown our chance.
Well, mind you, it quieted down when we left, decided to go, didn't it?
It had. So maybe it was just again a short burst.
Yeah. Which I say every time I've been there, it's been that. It's been.
But to be fair, our guest has been just going for it.
Yeah.
Today it's been good.
Good guess.
Good guess. Can you be Tony? Can you be our next guest to come out? And I've had a few of you. You've all been doing that thing of we're coming, and then last minute, ooh, a bit scared, don't know what to do. Come on, bring an extra pair of pants with you and stop being a wuss. You can do this. It's a fun night out. Doesn't cost you anything except for cake. You can afford a cake. Thank you very much. Big dip there. Night. It's very considerate. There you go. It's getting a bit nippy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's bit of a final summing up. So, how's it been for you then, Tony? This is the first night out doing this with us in terms of paranormal shorts. I know you've been out with me before at a location, but all in all,
I think it's been interesting. I think there's been a couple of bits that need to look at a little bit further, just to see whether or not there's anything in it. The photographs, the recording, just to see whether or not there's anything in that, or whether or not it's just something that we felt here ourselves.
yeah. I mean, it certainly felt. We had the smell, didn't we? The smell was interesting.
That was interesting,
that was-
because we've not had that since.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
You know, if there's a rotting carcass or something around, I would expect that smell to be here. And bearing in mind there was a little bit of a breeze coming through here at that time. It's now completely still.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was interesting. So we've had a few things, and also you're liking your gadget as well. That's definitely something we're going to try and use. I think the interviewing audio recorder. That's very interesting, and that's a good little.
Well, interesting. That's why I walked away, because I thought I'll try and minimise any kind of interference on it and see if anything comes back. But you know, as we've all agreed, it just seems to have gone flat now.
Yeah, it's definitely flatter here than.
Yeah.
There's a few sites I'd like to try that kind of thing out on, though, so I think that'd be interesting. So, okay, Luke.
Yeah, no, I've well, the biggest thing for me was that smell, and then the photos with what, like haze or mist in it, when we could smell that.
Yeah.
And the fact that that smell is one of the characteristics supposedly of the haunting here made it even more interesting for me. Other than that, Liston, nothing really there, but it was nice to sort of have a comparison between two places, and even comparing coming back here to how it was earlier has been quite an interesting insight as well.
Yeah,
It might pay, just on the issue of that smell, it might pay perhaps come back during the daytime, speak to the people that service the graveyards, the graveyards and the graves and that, just to find out whether or not is there a plant around here that smells like it.
smells like a rotten corpse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
basically.
was.
It was a smell of death, wasn't it?
Horrible
It was a smell of death. Yeah.
You know.
It's horrible. Okay, so all in all, it's been a very interesting night, and obviously you'll be watching this. It'll be up soon. There's no point in saying that because it's now going to be. It's just a really stupid thing to say. But obviously, you are missing out. Lots of people keep saying to me they want to come out, and then they never do. So, it's not costing you anything. Just come along with us. Come and be a part of this evening. If you want to experience paranormal, then you've got every chance of doing so if you come out with us. So, from all of us, I hope you have a very good evening.
Alright.
Did you see something or hear something?
I smell something. You just come here. What is that?
It's like a dead animal. Oh! Jason, come here quick. That's interesting. Do you remember one of the other legends from here is smelling rotten flesh or something?
Yes.
We'll come here and have a whiff. First time I've ever smelt that here.
Oh. Putrid.
Yeah.
Wow. That's bad. That's heavy, isn't it?
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
That stinks.
Oh, God, it's making my nose want to run.
What's the plant knife? It's not that, is it?
It's not rot. It's, well, it's
It's
a
here
water around
earlier,
the
weren't
edge.
we?
It's like a watery, rotten smell, isn't it?
It's not that.
That is a legend now here, isn't it? Well, I say legend.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
say
without a doubt.
they've had strange smells around here. Because I've always put it down to maybe like burning different types of wood in there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or manure from the fields. But this is different to that, isn't it?
Well, my first thought would be there's stagnant water, because that's what that smells like.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
Just
disgusting.
That's a dike down there, and it's dry.
Okay.
It is.
A dry dike.
Right, to my right, there's a dike when we first walked
we'd have
over.
smelt that earlier though.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so
That's since we walked around here. That smell wasn't here.
Yeah,
no,
that was here, then
that's so intense that even if the wind was blowing a different direction, I think we'd have still smelt that.
Yeah.
Is there somebody here, or you trying to get our attention by giving off that horrible smell?
Or is that you trying to get us to leave?
No,
You
we're all
don't want
smelling
us
it.
here, do something.
Yeah.
Prod us. Tell us you don't want us here.
Yeah. Do something audible. Something, come on, something we can hear. Hit something, whack a window. Hit something around us, hit the railings. Come on, give us something to work with.
It's gone, isn't it? Or have I just got used to it?
Yeah, you said that. Well, that was bad. It was almost like walking into like a meat locker, like where someone's
There's something rotten, isn't it?
someone's left some like a carcass of beef or
Yeah.
something just rotting, and that was really heavy. That's awful.
I think it's definitely gone now. That's bizarre. I'm happy I smelt that.
Really?
Well, like, because obviously that's one of the supposed types of activity
well, that's
here.
one of the legends. How about another one then? How about making a noise? How about interacting with us? Come on, we've got various pieces of equipment running. We've got things that can record you, record noises you can make.
Right,
We can actually record a
Just
sighting of
confirm,
you.
it's not misty, is it, at the moment?
No,
There's no mist.
There's no mist here.
No?
no.
Okay.
I think the only, there's a bit of condensation on my breath, I think.
Just have a look at
Right.
what you're seeing, huh?
I started snapping pictures, right? We go back to the start. That was the first picture. Okay. You see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? Second picture. Now this had an automatic flash on, so in other words you get a flash and then you get a bubble.
you would see
Okay.
mist in front of you.
Right? But I've just taken some control shots after this set. Okay. But it seems there's a kind of mist in the atmosphere, and this is when we start to smell that smell.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Could be from the phone.
There. Difference. Look at that. The
Is
difference.
that after it stopped, is
Yep.
it?
That was with I then changed the flash setting, just a flash.
Yeah.
Okay. I then changed it back. That one there,
Yeah.
I changed the setting back to a illuminate, in other words, a red eye reduction.
Yeah.
The difference between that picture in the clarity
Mhm.
and these, they were
That's
also on
insane.
the red eye reduction.
This is
And
the
look at
same
that.
setting, and that's when the smell was.
Yeah,
Is it?
that's when the smell was.
That's incredible.
That's interesting, isn't it?
So,
It's definitely gone now. I can't smell anything.
It's ticking. Come on, use the energy. Use whatever energy you need to use to communicate with us. Give us something to work with.
try
You can drain the batteries on the equipment we're using if you need to.
It's not my phone, okay? It's not the battery, the phone alone.
You shouldn't have said that. That'll be the first thing that drains now.
Yeah.
Come on then, that'll be good proof. Show us. Show yourself to us.
Okay.
Put yourself next to the church.
Okay, so I'm running a voice recorder. Okay. So if anything wants to speak to us, there's two microphones on here that you can talk into. One of which is recording my voice at the moment, and the second microphone is at the head of the phone, which is recording no trace. So if you want to speak to us, do that again. Speak to the other microphone. Can you see the double trace on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of them, that's my voice being recorded on this microphone down here, and the other microphone at the top of the phone is showing nothing being talked into it. But there was a. I'll go back in a moment because there was a line. There was a spike. And it might have been nothing, but you never know.
It's an interesting gadget.
So if you want to talk to us, there you go, another one. Could be us. Might have been you, Jace, actually, thinking about it. Could be you.
Let's do a test. That's me talking now.
There you go. It's picked you up. There it has. So if you want to speak to us, talk into the other microphone. Say hello. Tell us your name.
That was silent then. Absolutely silent.
I'll stop that.
Come on, use it. Feel behind you. Give us a slightly longer one if you can do that.
Okay. So if anything wants to speak to us, there's two microphones on here that you can talk into, one of which is recording my voice at the moment, and the second microphone is at the head of the phone, which is recording no trace. If you want to speak to us... Can't hear whatever that is.
I think the other one was louder by the look of it.
Yeah. Do that again. Speak to the other microphone. You see the double trace on that? Yeah. Well, one of them, that's my voice being recorded on this microphone down here, and the other microphone at the top of the phone is showing nothing being talked into it. But there was a... I'll go back in a moment because there was a line. There was a spike. It might have been nothing, but you never know. So if you want to talk to us... Whoa, was that... So if you want to that wasn't us, either of you. There might have been nothing, but you never know. There's a voice there.
Yeah, you can hear that really clearly, can't you?
Right, now this is you coming up, Jace.
Let's do a test. That's me talking now.
There you go, just picked you up.
So what was that other one then? That was really clear,
If you want to
wasn't it?
speak to us, talk into the
Oh,
other
here's one.
microphone, say hello. Tell us your name. That was a...
What the fuck? Okay. Well, that's like the electrical electrical distortion. you
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, it could be.
Another one.
No, that was me.
Interesting, isn't it? So what is that interview setting?
I've never used it, to be honest with you.
That's-
But
that's a
it's
pretty good
it's for
feature.
sitting down between two people.
Oh, for
And
what, policemen?
You ask, you talk basically. And
That is
it
a
records
really good tool.
both
isn't it?
voices separately.
That is a really good tool. That's
I'll
a,
try it again.
So what is your phone?
This is only a Galaxy S6.
So have you downloaded that?
No, comes with it.
What was that? think there's someone coming.
Just go and face them. Good people. Funny. Sounds like a scary noise.
Well, that was easy.
Wow. They'll go and tell people nothing. We should stand here like this and not do anything. We've so got to run over there and growl at them. They're doing the same thing we're doing. What's the harm?
Either we're getting a laugh out of it.
Just wishing this there.
The trouble is, they'll probably call the police now because the people around here will probably see that they're messing about.
Yeah,
Maybe it's time to move on.
I think so. I think we've got, well, something.
We'll have a. It's getting a bit nippy. We're going to get a feed of it. That's so scary. I'll tell you, I wish I'd had a mark.
Already know it.
Already know it, isn't it?